Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone had a fine week. Alright. We got some design flaws to work through. Luckily, he said slowly. We have a plan for this. Okay. Mounting the whole thing on the rocket. Enable crossfeed. Does this have a crossfeed? It does not. Hopefully crossfeed. Oh, now if we put a second one here and match it, that should enable crossfeed. Where's enable crossfeed? There we go. Alright. Anyway. Yo, Luke. Oh, dude, I'm feeling way better. Oh, man. I don't wish. There's two types of pain that I don't wish upon people very often. One of them is tooth pain. The other one is back pain. I mean, back pain, the worst part about it is that, there's just nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't walk. You can't breathe wrong. Alright. This should function. Alright, so we have the parachutes. I don't know why this doesn't have... I'm sorry. I'm getting a little... what if I do that? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, yeah, man. Back pain. Nope, I'm good. I know I'm going to be in for it a lot worse as I get older. But I don't have to be excited about that. Alright. So that should be the very last thing that we drop. Alright. More parachutes, more RCS. So did you make a landing? Yes. We did have a successful landing. And the next contract... Oh, look at that. I made edits and there's nothing to save. Yeah, save edits. Alright, so where we're sitting at right now. This is the one that we need to really do, but I think we do have a lunar mapping rocket in integration, so this contract shouldn't be nothing. Recover a crew from orbit. Yeah, well, we can do that one. We do need to think about replacing our redstone capsule with a Gemini capsule. So that way we could knock out some of these multi-crew contracts as well. Well, I know we've done that. Oh no, that's 9,000 meters per second. Okay, so the mission that we're going to focus on right now is the lunar mapper. We do need to upgrade to the next crew module already. All right, so what I'm thinking is while those are cooking, let's... Damn it. Alright. Alright, so this... Now, everything from here up can go. Okay. So, that was the Mercury. So what does the Gemini look like on this thing? kind of hard to see it, but... Alright, now parachutes. Alright, so we do have some Gemini parts that we can... I'm not sure where to find them, though. Well, there's the Gemini nose. Not exactly sure how to use some of these parts. I do think we have new solar panel. That's fuel cells and stuff. Huh. Okay. So these are stuff that I definitely wouldn't mind looking into. Anyway. Ooh, do we have... We got some new communications equipment. Okay. We do have some new science to run. Do we have lights? Huh, okay. Huh. Huh, okay. Sorry, I'm, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, we gotta... Oh, you... Punk ass. Bitch ass. Ass. Alright. Yes. We are going to have to do more rounds of training. There. Alright. Now, just in case... Alright. I'm gonna put extra parachutes on. Just in case. Alright. What's our delta V numbers look like here, McJeb? Alright. Man, that vacuum delta V for that stage. Alright, we need a low mass alternative. So what is this? This is the G1. Where's the G1 stats? Oh, G1. I highly doubt the G1 is all the way down here. Highly, highly doubt it. The G1's gotta be like right here in front of my face. The Apollo Moto was building this for when the world ends, just in case. Yes, we have 3 pilots total. 3 pilots total as of right now. I can't imagine. The G1, here it is. So it's only 53 kilonewtons, and that does not seem hard to beat. I wonder if we can find one that's throttleable. Man, if this was throttleable... Well, if and buts were candy and nuts, everybody would have a Merry Christmas this year. There's 20 ignitions. It's not throttleable. Do we have anything that's throttleable? Alright, I'll rephrase that. Do we have anything with multiple ignitions, throttleable, and more than the current 53 kilonewtons of thrust? I legitimately don't have anything that's throttleable. Unthrottleable, unthrottleable. Well, That's throttleable, but you're only getting one use out of it. That's 257 kilonewtons of vacuum throttleable thrust. Let's keep this one in mind. 257. Turbojet engines aren't going to do us much good. I know, it's such exciting gameplay. Looking over and comparing engines. Surprisingly, I promise that if you play RP1, you will be doing a lot of this right here. Only one ignition though. Sorry. Fill for all right. Whoops. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I almost made another terrible mistake. That's not what I wanted. This is the one that I needed. Configure. So what is it? 20 tons we're up to. Eesh. Okay. Now. Where did I put that other fairing piece? Did I delete that other? Oh, I bet I did. No, it should just be way up there, right? Oh, see, it's right there. All right. Oh no, that's... Ah, dang it all. That's fine. 108 tons. Okay, that's still gonna fly that. Okay. And 1,420 tons. And that'll still fly that. Alright. Now the next thing... Alright, how to do this effectively. There we go. That was easier than I thought. There we go. Found the button. I'm Kerbaling, guys. I'm Kerbaling. Alright. It's good enough. We're not gonna fuss over details. We're not gonna fuss over the details. Now, what we do need to do is hook that back up. I think that's going to cause problems. Alright. Yeah, okay, you know what? We're just going to give it a chance to work. Alright. So what we need to do is sneak in here, remove that from symmetry. We take this to 1. Put that back on 90 degrees. Okay, now we sneak over here. Do the same thing. Okay. Thus, you have asparagus. Do you need to check the staging or yes? Well, we don't need to simulate this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to build a whole new launch complex for it, but we shouldn't have to simulate it. It'd be a good idea to do that, actually, because there's always something I'm forgetting. I guess we have to modify it for the height, I'm guessing? Alright, staging, staging, staging. Alright, so these two need to come off first, which they do. Okay, so fire all engines, stage the launch platform. Then these ones let go, then those ones let go. Yep, so then those ones let go. Then that lets go, that lets go. The fires up. I might as well just... Might as well just do this now. There we go. Do some recoloring on this. We do need a whole new paint scheme for this. I might start that. Can't really see the top of that there. Oh well, we're going to assume it's pretty. I think we're going to transition this next generation of rockets to a black and yellow theme for a little while. Alright. Staging looks good. Crude. F1 Ranger. What was it? Gemini. Okay, so can I modify this launch complex? Put that on the books. Tool everything that needs to be tooled. And let's simulate this. Who's in... We'll use Emily. Hannah Lore. We're gonna use Hannah Lore. I gotta use that. Some more tediousness we have to deal with real quick. Shit, I just forgot what I was thinking. It was important too. Shit. Oh yeah, we need to... There was a reason I took the... Oh yeah, okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, that's done off the to-do list now. So let's put that back to... Oh wait, nope. See, this is why we keep notes. I just happened to glance over. Tank UI. $300. There we go. Now, another thing that I just remembered is that I think what we need to do hold on, I'm brainstorming here. Give me a second. Hello, San! Happy Saturday, San. I'm debating whether or not to hook. Like that. I'm not sure if I like it or not. Summer baby slumber. School is over now. Did you do well? Did you pass all your classes? I'm wondering if that would be better. So now if I take this off, what's my tonnage? It's 9 tons. Holy cheese. Holy cheese and crackers. Alright, so this is a drogue chute? Radial mount parachute. Main chute. Let's put this at 2,500. Let's put this at 500. Okay. We'll leave that one at 1,000. Apply settings. All right. This big boy will hopefully lead the way in getting us a crewed mission to the moon. We don't have an official name for it yet because I forgot what I was supposed to be naming our craft this time. Somebody came in the chat a couple of weeks ago. I don't even remember which chat it was. And they picked a name, and they picked everything for it. And then I was supposed to take notes, but I forgot. And now I don't know where to find it. So I just called it the F1 Ranger. Let's open recoloring GUI. We change the green to black, the red to gold. I'm not digging the black. Oh. There we go. I'm not digging the gold either. I think the gold needs to be yellow. How do you get more yellow? How do you get a yellow? Man, you'd think I'd know this. I mean, gold is kinda the closest to yellow we can get. Huh. I will have to look into that. Oh, brass. I guess we'll just leave it gold for now. Alright, can I pit the name? Sure, San. You know the rules. If you're in chat, you get first dibs. I need a better yellow. I don't like using the gold. What if I mess with the blue tone? I want more yellow. More like, you know what? I'm not gonna fuss over this. God bless it. Come on now. Oh, you jackwagon. Thank you. Alright. This bad girl is featuring 10,590 meters per second of atmospheric delta V at the launch pad. And look at our thrust to weight ratio at launch. We could probably... let's get greedy. Let's get a little greedy here. That's fine. Okay. Let's just double check that we have the best of engines, which we do. So just that little upgrade bought us quite a bit more Delta V. Moon Dragon 1. Some asked what car I liked. I said I didn't care. I just want the photo reactive paint that changes color in the light. Yes. Alright. We're going to call this the F1 Moon Dragon. Alright, the F1 Moon Dragon is officially alive. Sort of. You know, I keep saying it, but might as well just take the time to do this right now. And then the green will make into gold. I just wish this was more of a canary yellow. That's what I would really like to do, is a canary yellow on that. Where's my black? And then green, we will switch to gold. Is that gold? See, why does it look so different? See, now why the hell does this one look different? Oh, because that's... No, that's not the fairing. Hold on a second. Something. Yeah, it's just regular gold. Okay. Thank you for entertaining my ADD at this time. Alright. Take the red. Then we'll make the red gold here. Then we'll make the green. I know, it's the most exciting gameplay ever, brought to you by Heat Tap. Alright, so the red turn black. The green, we will turn gold. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Opening color GUI. For green, we'll go gold. For the red, we go black. I like it. Alright. I promise I'm hurrying. This just needs to be done. Green, we will turn to gold. Red, we turn to lay black. And then, which one was our end? There it is. This one is the oddball out now. Okay. We have a new paint job. All right. I think that's... How do you... Hold on. Hold on, guys. I gotta Google. What is the hotkey to change the radial symmetry in Kerbal Space Program?
To change radial symmetry in
R.
Kerbal Space Program, press R to switch between radial and lunar symmetry. Use X to cycle the symmetry points, or Shift plus X to cycle them in reverse.
That's not what I'm looking for. Screw it. You know what? There we go. I like that neon green. There we go. Now, the next thing we need... Oh, crap. Is it under structural, I think? USA, USA. All right. That's something that we might look into. Oh, that's super tiny. All right. Save. Let's finally get some kind of launch going, guys. Is there a Turkish flag on RP1? Hold on, San. As soon as we get back, I will find out for you, because we will definitely put a Turkish flag on there. Okay. Why are all my settings being weird? Okay. We're going to go for a 300 by 300. You know what? Yeah, let's just leave that. Alright. This is only a simulation. Don't know what that was. We might have to just pick a different tower. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick a different tower. Alright, that's... The fun part is I think she was still trying to fly. Alright, different tower. Now, where was the Saturn V I saw the Saturn V tower. I think I was using it at one point. That's a Saturn 1B. I still feel like it's a little big. Come on. There we go. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Okay. Oh, come on now. I'll just leave that like that. Alright. I guess that's what we're going with here. Okay, so... That's. I guess let's try this again. So depends on how many mods he has loaded. In RP1 pack, no. Oh shit, that's right, the flag, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, I'll do it this next time. Totally forgot I was supposed to be doing that. Alright. Insufficient avionics, apparently, even though I'm 99% sure. Alright, is it under structural? Hold on. What does a Turkish flag look like?
The Turkish flag is a bright red background with a white crescent moon and star.
Bright red background, crescent moon.
Was officially standardized in 1936.
Bright red crescent moon. It does not look like it, sir. Bright red crescent moon. I am not seeing it, my friend. Does not look like it. Unfortunately. Alright. Put some extra freedom on there. Alright, 2,600 tons. 2,700 tons. Did I reconfigure all the avionics? $111 tons. That one's fine. Come on. And that's 19 tons. That's 20 tons. Alright, so yeah. We might be good at this time. Alright, so let's save it. Simulate it. Alright. First time testing out the 5 configuration F1. We are literally blowing up launch pads. Yeah, I googled what it looked like. I just didn't see anything in the Kerbal window that would look similar. All right, stage 1. We still have a good thrust to weight ratio. Our Kerbals are doing good. Now this is actually really good testing data, because when we build our Saturn V, it's going to have 5 F1 engines. It's just not going to be asparagus staged like this is. It's going to be a traditional Saturn V staging system, hopefully, ideally. That's what we're going to shoot for. I'm not shooting for a full historic recreation. But I sure do want it to look really cool. up on our next staging event at 70 kilometers. Not a big fan of how long it takes to drop the booster tanks. She is looking good. And I told you guys a long time ago that I would start making the joints look better. I mean, it looks more acceptable, right? It looks more professional. It's not just an engine bell duct taped to the top of the nose of another rocket anymore. It actually looks like it has structure. $150 kilometers. Pushing 200 kilometers. And we still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds burn time left on the core stage. Okay, Apollo sir, how are funds doing? We're sitting okay on funds in the bank. The problem is we're running like we're running a pretty massive deficit right now. We're running a pretty massive, but that's because I think we have something like 4,000 engineers. Because we're running 3 launch complexes right now. The plan going forward is I want to have I want to have 2 rocket programs go. I want to have basically 2 launch complexes running side by side. I want to have the one for all the manned missions that we're going to be doing, and one to pump out rockets and probes for the unmanned missions, because we still have so much to do. I don't even know exactly how we're going to land on the moon when we don't have any damn engines that throttle. It's a pretty important thing to have, trying to land somewhere that doesn't have an atmosphere. I mean, even if we wanted to land on Mars right now, we have to have a throttleable engine, because you can't land on Mars under parachute power alone. So, we're quickly coming up onto a pretty steep brick wall that I'm going to have to figure out relatively quickly to get us through it. All right. Oxygen. How is the oxygen low already? Oh, we lost an engine. hold on. Let's restart that simulation real quick. Yeah. In your program time frames, we have one program that's coming up really fast. The rest of them, we have a comfortable cushion going on. PVG settings. Early shut off, stage 0. Okay. Let's explode the launch pad. Hey, we didn't oh, there it goes. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. uh... Yes, so, San... well, the way it works... Does it show it? Right here. Alright. So, on the J2 engines, we have almost half of the flight data, a little less than half. So there's 10,000 data units to achieve, and we have a little over 4,000 of the data units. So, sorry. So, what that means is that the more we use these engines, the more data we get on the engines. The more data we get on the engines, the more reliable they are. The engineers get better at fixing them and building them and anything like that. Now, excuse me, I'm not sure what Luke is talking about, but he's absolutely correct in talking about it. We cannot, we can't lose Kerbals, and we really can't afford a bad launch with these manned. This will be the third manned flight. Liquid oxygen. Well, yeah, it's... Where are you taking us? We're in orbit, dude. Chill. Is crew reporting on... Crew... no, actually. Forgot to turn all those sciences on. Are all these sciences still on? Yes, those sciences are still on. Alright, so we have successfully achieved orbit. Now, let's do some pros on this. Pros, cons. We are testing out a brand new engine. Now, look at this. This is a good example right here. The other engines I showed you, we had 4,000 data units out of 10,000. On this engine, we've only got 624 data units. We don't have enough delta V to do a whole bunch of maneuvering. What was the mission parameters that we were shooting for? I already forgot. We'll knock this one out as soon as this is designed and on the line. Why do I have to do this? Well, this mission is capable of satisfying that contract. We can satisfy this contract as long as the food holds out, which they have 44 freaking days worth of food. 47 freaking days worth of water. Y'all don't need that much. Alright, next. That should, hold on, can I? Where the frick's the sun at? Alright. So... Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to... Alright, so we will be able to do quite a bit with this mission. Lunar Orbiter, we're going to design it. We're going to do that one next. I think we already have that designed. I think we just need to launch it. I'm not real happy with the amount of Delta V we have at this but for this mission, it's fine. But this mission is really helping us get ready for the next phase, which the next phase in crewed operations is going to be lunar flyby. Maybe a lunar orbit. Let's try to put... What we'll do is we'll set the next mission parameters for crewed missions as a lunar orbit. That'll test out the life support capabilities, communications, and it'll test out our ability to get there and back. Because we're going to need more Delta V for that no matter what. Because those... transfer burns that we were doing before, was burning between 1,800 and 4,000 meters per second worth of Delta V, depending on where we were in the lunar cycle. So this is a tiny bit of a problem. Just a tiny bit. We need a lot more than this. Especially considering, while yes, we can be pretty proud of ourselves that we've upscaled this so far. Because it is significantly bigger and significantly heavier than its predecessors. And we're doing 2 Kerbals now. And we apparently have over a month worth of... 95 days of oxygen. Homie, if y'all run out of anything, it is well and truly your own fault. Alright, chat. Can we go to the moon? No, AIDS, we can't. Aiden. That's the $1 million puzzle that we're working on right now. This is a good proof of concept, but we need to find out if we can scale this stage up. I'd like to see it 3 times more powerful than it is now. Minimum. Because you have to think, we're not even including our lunar lander in this. We're not including a 3rd Kerbal in this, because for the lunar landing, we have to have a minimum crew of 3. And 2 of them have to be pilots. We haven't even began testing rendezvousing in orbit. We haven't even tested docking procedures. Oh. We still have quite the list of to-dos. What's the science intact? What's the science intact? It took a month to get this in. Yeah. We're all good. I would ask you to get a glass of water, though. Oh, it's... I'm okay. I got my coffee. That's what I'm drinking right now. Nummy coffees. Oh man, I should have saved the last drink to take my medicines. Oh well. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing here. Is if this can do, which it's doing orbit just fine, and we have plenty of fuel left to get down. but there's no way that we can get this. We have to try to upscale this power. We have to try. So before we just end the simulation, what we're gonna do is point ourselves retrograde first. The science collection intake. Well, it's looking good. Holy crap. Check this one out. We should be able to nab that. Well, because the other thing about this vessel is we're designing this vessel with two means of collecting science here. So we have our crew science here on the left, and we have our core science, I guess we could call it. So theoretically, doing this mission just like we're doing it should... If we did this full mission, because I think I want to try to leave them up there at least as much as the electric charge will allow. And then nab as much of this science as possible. We need every bit of this science, really. But what we're going to test right now... what we're going to test right now is our ability to deorbit. Hey, look at that. That nice throttle control. Can't tell if it's really doing anything. Kinda don't feel like the throttle control's doing anything. Is this throttleable? So I guess it is throttleable. I mean, it does throttle. I just don't see a huge difference. I don't know. I do not know. So what do we have? Looks like we're all good. You know, another thing I haven't tried yet is, I don't know if we have any EVA science. Alright, so can I... Okay, yeah. So we could even gather more science by doing EVA reports. So maybe it's time that we equip our Kerbals with EVA packs. All right. Good luck. Hey, dude. Bro, appreciate it. How's your week been, homie? Are you at Uncle's today? Did you end up going to Uncle's? One pilot indoors can pilot EVA, or that the engineer. Nope, they're both pilots. They are both pilots. I'm wondering if that's the last stage. Because we have lots of batteries. Can you shut down the... Oh, okay. Let's... 9 hours. Okay, I see what's happening. Alright. It's fine. I just want to test our entry procedures, because this is going to be an extreme entry. We're going to be going fast on this. We're breaking all kinds of records and cruise, crude altitude records, crude speed records. Man, it looks like we're flying a mini space station, though, for real. Alright, now, what I am going to do, a little bit different, though, is I think we're going to go to radial out, because we're going to have a little bit of time. I mean, I guess it's not going to matter a whole lot. I just don't want to run out of batteries if we can help it. So if we can just turn a little ways, maybe? I wonder if that's bad. Hold on a second. Let's ask Google. What is 396.6 degrees Kelvin in Fahrenheit?
396.6 kelvins is equal to
little toasty. 254 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. Whoo-wee. I didn't even realize that the we accidentally left our RCS thrusters on. All right, let's time warp this. All right, so as we come back down, we're gonna wait to the last possible seconds. We'll jettison that away. Bye. That explodes over there. We maintain control. Alright, let's keep an eye on this to make sure. What I'm trying to do here is establish a baseline. See? Huh. So that's exactly what I needed to know. We have to be super careful with our entry speeds and angle. Alright. Alright. Get out here with that. What would we like to see different here? I hate how this is. Oh, fine, whatever. I'll work with it. All right. Remember, this is all just prototyping, guys. Kelvin are the temperature math from absolute zero. Yeah, I just always... One of the biggest problems I have is I forget the conversions for everything. So I think if we're going to use the same basic equipment for 41 tons, 50 tons. So the idea that I'm trying to work with here is building all this to test what we need to figure out and what we need to unlock and what we need to do. Because I'd like to be taking steps towards launching this to the moon with crew. That's the goal for this, because then we can start sharpening the edges of everything to get a lander to go with it. And we also learned that we have to be super gentle with our entries. This is not your grandpa's Kerbal Space Program. Alright. Alright, let's start toying with something here. Oh, is it under coupling, maybe? That's kind of cool. What was I even looking for? My squirrel brain just kicked in. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Payload. What are these? Service bays. Standard service bays. Got it. So. Or wait, hold on. Before I start doing stuff. Whoops. Get back in there. We have 3 minutes, 51 seconds of burn time. A thrust to weight at a 0.62, respectable for an orbital vehicle. But only 2,000 meters per second of actual vacuum delta V. Alright, so 2,000 meters, 2,000, what is it? I can't read it. 2028. So 2028 is the number to beat. Enable crossfeed, I guess. Oh, come on. Okay, so now I mean, we could keep going until this is... I don't think I'm going to build this, but I'm curious. I mean, That is a very steep price to pay for that amount of thrust. Oh, and I know we don't have better engines. That's 462, but it's unlimited ignitions. It's the TD339. What a... Hold on. Holy crap! Holy crap! How does... Oh, it's Newton. Okay. I'm being silly. I was being a silly head. Those are newtons. We play with kilonewtons around these parts. Ignitions 1. It's 39. It's 35. It's 65. XLR10, we used that for a while, but oh, that needs ground support clamps. I'm not ignoring you, chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3,300 Kelvin is toasty. It's just a little toasty. Oh, what about this one? The AJ10 series. That's 94. Oh, that's a big one. This is so confusing. Whoops. Let's say 5 meters. 5 meters gives us 17 minutes of burn time. Alright, so what if I... I just don't like it. Chat. More solar panels and more batteries. I gotta get this engine problem solved first. Which one was that? This is the AJ10. Alright. Okay. Alright, yeah, more solar panels. That's definitely on the to-do list. Just so curious. I kind of want to test this configuration out. Okay. I also feel as if we should make an effort. Whoops. Alright, we're upgrading, we're having a great time. Okay, I think we're good there. Do we have EVA Science Kit? By chance? Doesn't look like it, unless it's under cargo. Which it's not. Okay. Maybe we don't have it unlocked yet, but I'm curious. I'm curious about this configuration because I'm worried about the thrust to weight ratio. But this is worth exploring. And I do like the fact that it's the engine from the command service module. But 3,352 meters per second of delta V. Hold on, let's... 50 tons. Let's jack that up to 60 tons. Also going to activate all those. I'm fighting with myself, guys, sorry. Let's get rid of these for sure. Because that's 100% fuel tank. What do we got here? So we'd have to buy the engine. Do I have EVA support? Not yet. I don't know how to do that yet. Hold on, let's... cargo? It won't let me... I'm not sure... I'm not sure what's going on here. Cargo... I would assume you take the EVA jetpack and you click where you want it to go. Oh, now it wants to work? Okay, that's super weird, but I'll give it to him. Alright. Do you have EV? Yes, we know. We need to check the science tree. No, we haven't gathered any new science just yet. Alright. I think we're gonna have to go with an engine plate. What the hell? Oh. Shit. That's fine. You know what? I can make that work. Alright. So. Be coupling payload. Alright. Now. Alright, so then take that out. Whoops. Come on now. There we go. I mean, it's significantly better. It's just really, 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 really heavy. Yeah, this won't work. It's too heavy. Alright, don't save. The F1 Moon Dragon. Where are you? F1 Moon Dragon. Alright. We have the F1 Moon Dragon back in its full glory. Forgive me, Rocket, we need to protect the Kerbals. Yes, we do need to be more protective of our Kerbals. That is a true statement. Alright, so if I take this off and I take that off. Yeah, see, that's not cutting it. So, what was the engine that we were just looking at? It was the AJ something. It's 35 kilonewtons. It's only... Well, it does have unlimited. It's only got 35 kilonewtons of thrust, though. What's that look like? But that's a little one. It's got 18 ignitions. Unfortunately not throttleable. But it's only 26 kilonewtons of thrust. Ooh, I'm really trying to get something more bang for my buck going here. There's 65. Whoops. Yeah, this one. Alright. So that's 1,011 meters per second. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Remove tanks. Fill through that. There we go. Alright, now in this configuration we have significantly less delta V. Oh my goodness, this is enough to drive you crazy. Alright. This is a tough call. So let's take this. Come on. And enable crossfeed. All right. Now that's, I guess, somewhat more promising. I kind of like this idea. Luke, am I chasing a broken dream here? Is this a bad idea? Cuz now yeah, but we're adding literally 35 tons. Hmm. 35 tons. All right. Hmm. All right, just double checking battery. Do I have any upgrade? I don't want to mess with it. The thing I'm questioning is there really a point to doing this? We're making it bigger, heavier, and more complicated, but at the end of the day, hold on. Mark 2. But at the end of the day, come on. Oh, come on now. There we go. That's 128,000 tons. Let's do 130, Bob. Also like to lower this down. All right. I mean, I don't remember what our delta V was before, but I don't feel like we got much of a boost on it. Man, this stage looks so stupid, though. what to do, what to do. He said attach it, attach it. $13,721. That seems to be the peak of the delta V for that. But now we have to 128 tons. I think I set it for 130. Yeah, so we're good. Let's go ahead and configure this avionics real quick. 2,630 tons. 2,700 tons. Alright, so controllable mass needs to be 2,700. Electricity needs to be around 1,200. No. 1,200. There we go. Everybody cool? Everybody cool now. Alright, that leaves us a total of 10,273. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Alright, Moondragon Mark II. Save. Let's simulate this and see what happens. That sounded awful Germany. Alright. Let's blow up another launch pad. Alright. We're just going to keep an eye on the numbers and see what shakes out and try to keep notes on what needs to be rearranged and done better. Alright. How's the electricity looking? This is not a soda pop, by the way. It's one of my wife's iced teas. It's a lemon tea. Which I'm pretty sure she's going to look at me sideways. You drank all my teas! At least I didn't touch your Dr. Peppers. Oh no, we only have one Kerbal in the... We lost our Kerbal. Well, that's less than ideal. All right. So, it looks like what we have going will work. The part that I'm really confused about, though, is why McJeb seems to set the course to use up every drop of Delta V in the vehicle. I'm not sure if that's a design flaw on my part, where I'm not designing the rockets properly, or if I have a setting wrong somewhere, where McJeb is like, oh, you want to do a 300 by 300 orbit. Okay, no problem. You have plenty of Delta V to do it, so I'm just going to burn every drop to get you where you want to go. We're going to need to put batteries back in this stage. We've already burned through 2 of our batteries so far, basically. But the reason I was really hoping this configuration would work is because we have plenty of room on the thrust-to-weight ratios. At least our lifting stages. We have more than enough room to put a lander, a lunar landing module. Let's go fix a few things real quick. Because this rocket is designed for a specific mission. What it's designed for is to do this next crewed orbital mission, which will knock out getting a crew home safely. And then the other thing it'll do is I'm gonna leave that one the same. Sorry, train of thought here. But the other thing it's gonna do is give us this entire base plate might take us to the surface of the moon. It's got, if it has the power, it has the power. And I think she has all of the power. We're just shaving some rough edges off and getting it dialed in. So the goal of this is to take this capsule to lunar orbit and back safely. Now, if anybody's dropping in for the first time, one of the biggest challenges we've had in this is our re-entry process. I am a veteran KSP player, and I love to slam my return pods into the atmosphere as hard as I can. And the ablative material in stock Kerbal can take it almost every time. We're obliterating the launch pad. That poor launch pad. It's just trying to do a job. You know what? Hold on. Before we get too far, I want to try something. I want to try something out real quick. It just occurred to me. What I want to try to do let's try tweaking some of these numbers and see if anything changes. We know the hardware's good. Alright. Oh, my other speaker just kicked in. The Moon Dragon. I think we could make that a little bit bigger. Like up here. But yes, if anyone's but I keep seeing the number go up and down, so if you're dropping in for the first time, welcome in. This is Kerbal Space Program RP1. For us, it is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August 6th of 1970. And we are heavily testing crewed missions to the moon. The next thing we have to do, once we get this all wrapped up, the next thing we need to do is launch our lunar mapper in preparation for landing missions. Alright, staging event. We lost those boosters nice and clean. I'm actually really surprised we haven't had to put separation boosters on these yet. But yeah, if you're not familiar, this is a simulation. You will do a lot of simulating in RP1 if you ever give it a try. Simulating is the best way to find problem points with your mission. And I have been asked, and I do think it would be a cool idea. I have an idea for some content to make about how to think about your mission planning. Because I think I take a little bit more of a unique approach to it, but it's not unique. It's just the same approach with a different flavor. Because I like to build my missions from the ground up. It really drives me crazy that Kerbal makes you go from the top down. But when I'm thinking about a mission, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, the first step is to get off the ground. So I have my 5 big ol' F1 engines to get us off the ground. Now that first burn gets us to, what was it, 11,000 meters, 11 kilometers, before we lose those outside boosters, which is fine. 11 kilometers isn't nothing to shake a stick at, but you can see right now we're 5 seconds away from second stage separation at almost 70 kilometers. Second separation. I still love how they go straight back down with no problem. Now, our thrust to weight ratio is a little bit low for the first little bit of this core, what I call the core burn. But it goes up rather fast. We're above the thickest part of the atmosphere, so having an ideal thrust to weight ratio is not as important as it is when you're on the ground, when you're facing all of this atmospheric pressure and resistance. Up here, it's a mild inconvenience for just a short amount of time, but we're still accelerating. Our numbers are still looking good. We're not falling behind. Now, if we face the problem, because the next step for this design is to, well, first we need to unlock the Apollo command module so we have something that seats 3 astronauts. And then we can start building our Apollo mission. And all of these engines that we're using, I do need to do some research because I don't know what upper stage engine the Saturn V uses. But all we have to do now is if, when we're ready to make the Saturn V, as long as we have the parts available, we should be able to just plug and play and make it Saturn V-y. Because it's all the same hardware. Yeah, see, we're a little over 50% of the way through the burn, and our thrust to weight ratio is now at a comfortable 1.37, which is that's a good launch. And we're 162 kilometers. So, I mean, our design right here is perfect. We just have to refine it, you see. Now, if all of that wasn't enough on our plate, we also have to design something even more powerful than this. Because we need, well, first of all, we need to find out how much Delta V I even need to do it. We need to get a mission budget going for Mars and Venus probes, because we do have those programs open as well. Now, the program on the face of it could be simple, but we need to know exactly what kind of payload we're going to need. We're going to have to find out if communications is going to be an issue, which I imagine it is. So we have a lot to we have a lot to do. We have a lot to get through. I might even just say screw it and play Kerbal tomorrow too. "30 seconds until our staging event." We still ran out of electricity in that stage. Good Lord. Alright, that was beautiful. Can't believe we need even more electric charge. I have a triple kebab with all the works. Yeah, it's expensive, but have food for the next 3 days now. My fat self would eat that all in one. He said, screw? Kerbal screw? Alright. Is it this module? Yeah. Oh, I never put that new antenna back on. Sad face. This one. Thank you. Just had a thought. Okay, main throttle. Okay. Alright, now this has plenty. Alright, so we have proof of concept. Let's see what happens if we try to go to the moon. Set as target. I'm not saying we're gonna go, but if we were to go, $3,021. Yeah, see, we're shy on the Delta V numbers for it. Huh. Let's put a safety buffer in here. There. Now I can't accidentally disconnect them. Alright, anything else missing? No, the antenna is the only thing I know for sure is missing. We are really hurting on electrical production though, which once we angle the solar collectors, we should buy ourselves some time on that. How the hell do we have 17 years worth of liquid hydrogen in this? Oh, liquid oxygen, LH2. Okay, I think that's fuel. RCS decoupler. Honestly, everything's good. Honestly, the biggest challenge is we really need to basically just about triple our delta V. At this phase right now, we need about 5,000 meters per second to get there and back. Alright, so now the question becomes, well, let's... I know we're going to do you next, I promise. We click this one off. I don't know why you want me to do this uncrewed. Freaking jackwagon. We could push our apoapsis up a little bit and nab that contract too. We can do that one with this launch. Might be able to do that one with this launch. And we're not going to get 3, so... I'd really like to feel more comfortable about the battery situation. We're boiling off liquid hydrogen. I don't know where, though. Alright, I think... Let's revert to editor. Hold on. Sorry. Can we go to the moon? Not yet. We're trying, Aiden. We're trying, bro. We are trying. Alright. We could... It's one way to artificially inflate our delta V numbers. Alright. So we squeezed 10,616. What was it? I think it was 2,000 that we were up to. Alright. The next challenge to be solved. Maybe that helps. I don't know. Why do I keep losing my damn Delta V stats here? This one. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Moon Dragon. Crew. Okay. Where's that newfangled Gemini antenna? Screw it. It works. Alright, custom action group 1. Okay. Toggle antenna. So much to do. Good. Put this back on. Alright. Save. Let's see what we got. There we go. Somebody forgot to update the avionics numbers. Damn it, Bridgie. Where are you when I need you? Alright. 3,000. Let me guess, it's like... Alright. Alright. We got Robert Carter with his porn stash. Alright. Let's blow this launch pad. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I just realized something. There we go. We were still doing the polar orbit for sciences. The moon dragon is so powerful that when it takes off, it doesn't wait for the launch clamps to release it. It blows up the launch clamps and says, "I'm on my way." It's getting closer and closer, though. One minute, 15 seconds left on this stage. So anyway, what I was explaining earlier, and I got sidetracked with a bunch of nonsensory, is I try to design the missions in stages. This bottom stage, the 4 boosters, the first sets of boosters are to get the launch going. We lose the boosters between 9 and 12 kilometers. Gets us above the thickest parts of the atmosphere and gets our thrust-to-weight ratio at launch up. Once we lose those boosters, we're starting to get into the thinner parts of the atmosphere, and our thrust-to-weight ratio, as it sits right now, goes to a respectable 1.3. And so, we've been really profitable in these burns. Now, this next stage does tend to drop the thrust-to-weight ratio a little bit lower than we like, but keep in mind that 60 to 70% of that burn is in a very profitable manner, a very efficient manner. Alright. We flamed out on that at almost 80k. And it does drop it below 1.0, but like I said, it picks it back up pretty fast. We're still gaining velocity. We're still gaining apoapsis. And we only spend about 20 to 30% of this burn at a loss. So long on this burn. Still a minute left. All right, coming up on 20 seconds to course main engine cutoff. Why did we lose autopilot? Well, that didn't go as planned. I should have just held it manually. Alright. Alright, so we're going to do one more simulation, then I'm going to cut this off for the day, guys. We've made a ton of progress. It doesn't feel like it. Tomorrow we will start bright and early and get our lunar mapper up and about. I kind of like that part, not gonna lie. Now, we just sit back and watch this unusually long burn, sponsored by HeatTap. Don't worry, I got a drink. All right. Okay. Now, first things first. I really need to fix these in the VAB for safety. All right. Okay. Turn the RCS on. Mm-hmm. 3,437. So, the moral of the story is we need to pack about 5K into this. 4K minimum. Because you got to think, we want to have at least 1,000 meters per second to get back on at minimum. I mean, we could cut it close if need be, but I'd really like to not need be. But for gathering science in low Earth orbit and high Earth orbit, I need to change the configuration on the solar panels too, because that's kind of a silly thing right there. Alright. But that's all we're going to do for today. We'll be back live tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for some more Kerbal Space Program. I know it doesn't feel like we made any progress, but legitimately, every bit of this is beyond necessary. It's beyond necessary, truthfully. I'd like to squeeze out probably 3,000 meters per second in that upper stage somehow. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. I don't know. All right. Excuse me. I think this is where we're gonna leave it for the moment. Just making sure we have the best engines. Like that better. Alright. Save it. Alright, so tomorrow morning what we're going to do is we're going to call this done for now. We're going to leave this right where it's at, because it is good enough to do a mission, just not the mission I want it to do. Because I was really hoping to figure out a crude lunar mission real short here. But let's go find out. Alright, so we do have... Okay, so the lunar mapper is in building, so... We have another F1 crude coming out. Means we probably ought to double check our training. Proficiency. So Stephen Davis is training for the next Mercury mission. Emily is on leave until October 3rd. Okay, so we have a little bit more time on the retirement dates. Let's put him in the training. Just to get that rolling for tomorrow. Because we know the training takes a while. We have the Oreo launch complex. We are not going to make this budget. This is going to be... We are in the hole $4 million right now. That's not a great feeling. Alright, research. Okay, so we do have some good research coming up. What's our research staff? Holy schnauzers, we have 2,400. We have 6,000 engineers. No wonder we're bleeding cash. Plus we're paying the pilots now. You know what else I need to check on? That's almost done. We're gonna squeeze another 75K out of that one. But we're not doing either one of those, so F that. I don't think I ever liked any of these ones. Yeah, I don't want that one. Anyway. What about contracts? I mean, we can do these contracts quick to get the prestige, but those are going to be done before we could even build the rocket. It's going to be due before... this one is already being built. This one... Uh, I'm genuinely nervous about this one. Why? Because it looks easy. That's why. Okay. Yep, this is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up bright and early. And we're going to work on these two. You know, it might as well just... Because if we take them both at the same time, there's a chance that we can weasel our way into two contracts at the same time, which would cheapen this up, making it to where we could do both of these in one launch. Because we could release a primary satellite that does all this, and then see what we can do about this. Because what I think we could do is launch one rocket with two missions. First mission is the primary mission, which we'll just get into a semi-polar orbit, and that'll knock out all of these things. And then we can have a piece that decouples off of this and goes down, because this doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be very big. All it has to do is send data back to Earth. So I don't think this is going to have to be a very large payload. It just has to land softly, which is what I'm concerned about. But I'm thinking maybe some small amount of RCS. Try to keep the delta V relatively low. You shouldn't need a ton of delta V. If we leave the heavy lifting of achieving a circular orbit to this guy, and then launch this guy off of him, I don't know. We're going to have to do some designing and testing. Tomorrow's going to be another simulation and build heavy day. Because we already have the lunar mapping mission being built. That'll be up in a few months. We have training going. We already have a crewed Ranger being put together for another dose of crude science. We have the crew being trained. So I think we're good. Taz, dude, can we do it today? No, Aiden, we're not gonna make it today because I'm already at the time where I need to get off here and get some stuff done. But we do have our to-do list. Our ducks are in order. Taz, what are you doing today? Why aren't you working? That Walmart is not renovated yet. So that's 9. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So that'll be ready next month. He said I'm working on it. Yeah, we'll be doing it tomorrow for sure. Because I'm 99% sure that this being built right here is already a tried and true mission. I'm 99% sure this is the exact same mission that we used for our first lunar contracts. So it should function much the same way here. Can we try for later today? Aiden, I can't. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow morning, Broham. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, that money's just ticking down. I don't know what really happens if you run out of money. You just have to revert back to a save, try to trim your budget. What do we have under construction? Yeah, see, we have a new tracking station coming up, and a new administration, and a new launch complex. So we got a lot going on here. I already F5'd. We do have some research coming down the tube, mostly up here. I did blow a lot of science to get these. What do we have coming up here? Huh, okay. On a Viking lander terminal. Descend. The lander has 3 engines. Alright. I could get sucked into Kerbal all day long. I know I could. Huh. That's... Where... Huh. Sorry, I'm getting sucked back into Kerbal. Alright. Alright, guys. That is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for dropping in and hitting the like buttons. We'll be back live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, yeah. So stay tuned. Drop in. Thank you. I love you guys. You're awesome.